presented by Solar. How do you seamlessly transition from your successful crowdfunding campaign to your own platform? SolidStar is the solution. Download a free step-by-step guide on what to do before, during, and after crowdfunding success. Over $244 million has been contributed to video game projects on major crowdfunding platforms since 2012. When these campaigns end, developers face a new challenge: transitioning to a successful long-term business. Learn how to get a bigger piece of the pie for your own pre-order campaign with your own SolidStar. This free Solid guide includes simple practices to drive pre-order campaigns along with success stories where teams utilized best-in-class tech stack for game developers. Newsbrief: Niantic has officially closed the rounding of funding that leaves the developer $190 million richer. This comes after rumors circulated last month that Niantic was working toward a $200 million investment from the likes of Axiomatic Gaming and Samsung. At the time, an unnamed source speaking to the Wall Street Journal said the investment would land Niantic a $3.9 billion valuation. The SEC document detailing the investment, however, makes no mention of the investors behind this $190 million funding round. But there's note that 26 investors contributed to the sum in some manner. With this latest round closed, Niantic's lifetime fund raised has now surpassed $515 million. The investment comes as Niantic is both still actively supporting Pokémon Go and working toward the release of its Harry Potter-flavored augmented reality game Harry Potter Wizards Unite, which is why do we play games? It's a complicated question. And at the 2019 Game Developers Conference next month, you will get some new data and findings from game analytics firm Quantic Foundry that might shed some fresh light on the subject. You will get it from a PRO-MISINGGDC 2019 design track, a deep dive into the 12 motivations, findings from 500,000 gamers, in which Quantic Foundry co-founder Nicky will break down the data gathered from a survey of over 500,000 game players. He will take you on a deep dive into each of the 12 motivations in Quantic Foundry's Gamma Motivation Model. 1. Describe the psychological underpinnings. 2. Identify specific game mechanics, features they are linked to. 3. Provide specific game examples along the spectrum of the motivation. And 4. Surface idiosyncratic aspects of the motivation. G. Gamers in China are much more driven by this motivation. To make the findings actionable in your own work, this talk will present concrete examples of how these 12 motivations are connected to specific game mechanics and exemplified in specific game titles franchises. Check it out. For more details on this and many more talks, check out THEGDC 2019 session scheduler. There you can begin to lay out your GD 2019, which takes place March 18th through the 22 at the newly renovated Moscone Center in San Francisco. Bring your team to GD, register a group of 10 or more and save 10% on conference passes. Learn more. For more details on GDC 2019, visit the show's official website, or subscribe to regular updates via Facebook, Twitter, OS. Gamasutra and GD are sibling organizations under parent company Informa.
FIFA 19
Call of Duty, Black Ops 4, and Red Dead Redemption 2 were the most downloaded titles on the PlayStation Store throughout 2018. The news comes straight from Sony. with the company naming the top 20 most downloaded PlayStation 4 and PlayStation Vita titles in a post on the PlayStation blog. Familiar names like Beat Saber, Job Simulator, and Super Hot were topped the PlayStation Vita download charts, and were joined in the top 10 by the likes of Skyrim and Moss. Although the console maker did not reveal any exact download figures, it's still interesting to see which games thrived on its digital marketplace. Last year, we have spotlighted the 10 most downloaded PS4 and PS Vita games below, but those interested can check out the full lists by clicking right here. PlayStation Store's most downloaded PS4 titles. PlayStation Store's most downloaded PS Vita titles. The results are out for Apple's first fiscal quarter of this year, and it looks like a steep drop in iPhone sales caused the company to miss its earnings targets, though its stock value still rose in after-hours trading. Over the holidays, during the 3 months ending December 29, Apple reported earning nearly $20 billion in profits on $85.3 billion in revenue, which seems like a good haul, but is $8 bit less than the record-setting $88.3 billion in revenue it generated during the same period last year. While the company saw earnings in almost every sales category go up year-over-year, a big drop in iPhone sales brought the company's bottom line down. Apple reported $51.9 billion in sales of iPhones during the quarter, nearly $10 billion less than the $61.1 billion iPhones brought in during the same quarter a year prior. While it was disappointing to miss our revenue guidance, we manage Apple for the long term, Apple CEO stated in prepared remarks accompanying the release, noting that Apple's active installed base of devices also hit 1.4 billion during this quarter. Apple is now projecting it will earn between $55 and $59 billion in revenue during the current quarter, which ends in March. In this article, I am going to seek to elucidate a theory of how players' actions operate in the context of strategy games mostly in a competitive setting, though I think it also applies to single player, a co-op as well. Specifically, I am looking at how games roles direct player action into one of 4 interrelated categories of action, which I am calling preparatory actions, anticipatory actions, direct actions, and reactionary actions. I'll take a look at each category separately, using examples across a range of games, and then talk about how this relate to one another, and where I feel existing game design could do a better job of providing a more rewarding experience. Resource harvesting and building production structures are examples of preparatory actions. You are gearing up for the real fight later on. Most strategy game design leads players to focus intensely on the first category of action. Preparatory actions are exactly what they sound like. They are the player preparing for something to happen. Building up your economy, training workers, building refineries, a manufacturing base, building production structures, researching tech upgrades, and building out your army are preparatory actions. For this, benefits are often not immediate and may take minutes of careful management to build up to a payoff, a better game position. You are building up towards being able to push out your army or to fend off the enemy's big attack. You are preparing to pull out your death ball, your super unit or super weapon. You are spending time and mental energy towards the goal of making something happen. These are incremental actions, with a long payoff. Few of them reach their peak performance within a small time period. Supreme Commander has a bevy of intricate preparatory interactions, such as building adjacency bonuses. These are the actions that players really seem to tend to enjoy on average. Games like Age of Empires, StarCraft II, and Supreme Commander have intricate and comprehensive systems of preparatory actions that provide a high degree of control of economic outcomes. In general, players tend to want to build an intricate base that's laid out just so and maximize their build order to get those bad sheets out in as few seconds as possible. Overly focusing on preparatory actions, however, is bad for a competitive game.